finale, the U.S. Supreme Court, clearly being huge Orphan Black fans, clearly, they had this ruling that human DNA cannot be patented, and that human DNA is, not something that can be deemed an invention or technological discovery. However, the court did rule, and this is the first time we've talked Supreme Court decisions in a Comic-Con panel. But that's why this show is so great, right? Where else are we going to do this? But that synthetically created genetic material could be patented. I mean, how crazy is all this went down right after we saw Cosima discussing this in the finale? And is this decision something that could somehow make its way in season 2 somehow into the storyline?
I think thematically, definitely. That decision was really crazy coming on the heels, and the fact that the synthetic aspect leaves it wide open to interpretation. What is synthetic? So, we are going to be looking at that the issue of the patent and what that means and how much legal space there is around that. So I find it thematically very interesting and quite ominous as well. And it's always really cool when you hit some sort of zeitgeist in your show, the world is reflected in your show, and vice versa. It was really, really a pretty cool moment.
So, John, can we expect to see a few more Tatiana clones next season?
Well, we are making this sort of wacky little clone show, and we do like our clones. I don't think anyone would be surprised if we unveiled a couple of new clones in season 2. I don't think that's letting the cat out of the bag.
Well, I've gone on record, I'm an Allison guy, and without a doubt, one of my favorite scenes that we're going to cue up for you right now was when she decided she wanted to get some answers. More than 2 answers, right, ladies? Sometimes you just want an answer. That's what you're looking for, and sometimes you have to do with the glue gun. Am I right or am I right? So she wants some answers out of Donnie. Let's take a look at this painful scene right
A boy like that, really West Side Story. Yeah, for Allison, it's like all show tunes. I feel like that's where she lives. She's in like a heightened sort of dramatic reality. Cosima's like electro, indie, grime, stuff like that. She's been known to do a rave dance, minus the glow stick. Sarah's like The Clash and Dizzy Rascal and The Street, so like UK grime rap, and The Prodigy. Helena is also The Prodigy, and Tom Waits and Anthony and the Johnsons. Who else?
Diplo?
Diplo is me.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
And Rachel was 90s slow jam.
the Z.
Slow jam to dead.
Jordan, this may be mildly inappropriate, but can I move into your loft with you? Because that place is awesome!
You know what the irony is, too, is that if you actually tried to buy that loft in any city like Toronto or New York, you're looking at like $2 million. So you must be having some heavy clientele. Heavily been coming over a lot lately.
Struggling artist money, there's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe he's selling his paintings. Well, I said that actually at, we did a little Nerd HQ panel beforehand, and I was... So you all heard me sing.
Do it again! Again! Tatiana beatbox!
Chatbox.
Internet so hard.
Chatbox, hit the beat.
Beatbox!
Here we go.
Whoa, what am I doing? I don't know, I'm going red right now. What song am I singing?
Are you going to sing red?
Be red!
No?
What can I sing?
Usher!
This is mortifying. Okay, I'll do a little, what about a little Sparks fly or something?
Oh,
Yeah. I think I'm the only Taylor Swift fan in the room.
Look at all the cameras out there.
The way you move is like a full-on rainstorm, and I'm a house of cards. You're the kind of reckless that you send me on, but I'm kind of something I know. Joining the boss, please, man. I hate myself so much right now. I can't even imagine. What was the question?
You did it to yourself. You have no one to blame.
The law, crap. Banksy. I was gonna say, like, when they told me he was gonna be an artist, I was like, oh, this is great. I kept imagining, like, Banksy and Ziggy and all these really cool, like, urban artists from LA, and yeah. And then I walked in and they were like, okay, so we have a surprise. And I was like, great. And they're like, penises. Everywhere. And I was like, no, that wasn't grandma. That was Anastasia from the art department. Because I was like, who's gonna, like, what have we done? And she's like, we've done penises. I was like, great. Yes. Sure. This is fantastic. So that's the story, that's the origin of all the homoerotic art and feelings as well. I don't think you guys asked to hear that, but I was like,
Encore!
after I sang again. Oh, YouTube video. I'm gonna crawl into this table right now. That's my dignity.
We just really want Jordan to wear his kimono in season 2.
Oh, that's right. You also, and what was Painter's Apron? I was lunging a lot before that. Some serious lunging going on.
Strong one. I wonder, this is such a weird, the way this show is, and I referenced it when we first started, it started off and it got great reviews, but the audience was built and went beyond just like a show that was critically loved and a small fan base just exploding. I'm curious when the one moment that where it hit you guys each was like, whoa, this has really become something else beyond just like a semi-popular show that's really become this whole cultural touchstone almost in a sense. John, we'll start for you and go down. Was there a specific moment you can recall where you saw how this was really catching on?
Well, it's been a remarkable experience from the beginning. Just being a small show, but I think for me it was watching Tat win the Critics' Choice Award.
Woo!
She blows my mind. What was it for you, Graham?
There was a day in the writers' room where we explored Tumblr for about
No, we don't.
and we love it. We just like Clone Club, the Clones News, all the Tumblr heads, everybody that is just like picked up the little show and put it on their shoulders. That was a real moment, I think, for a bunch of us, just to realize what kind of fans we had, and they were the kind of people that we love, and they're so creative. So that was a big moment of realizing that the show had been embraced.
For me, it was, I Googled Paul's rear end, and there was a picture, an image search showed up with a bunch of rear ends that belonged to me. And it was a very, very poignant moment, and I called my mom, and I go, Mom, I made it. Right on the internet. And she said, son, I am so proud of you.
Can you back up and explain why you were Googling Paul's rear end? Just a little clarification here.
Because I don't know, I was bored.
I think it was when I got a really suggestive, racy Facebook message from a very nice man in Oregon, I believe, and that's when I'm like, oh, people are watching the show, because clearly he was watching the show. but it's weird because you're in disbelief that anyone outside your basement, your family watches it. You know, that the public's actually tuning in and that the audience is receptive to the material. That's pretty huge. So, yeah, suggested Facebook message.
Sorry.
Nice. Touch on.
Yeah, for me, it was Tumblr as well. It was like, you guys, it's incredible. The artwork is incredible. It's so beautiful. It's so detailed and amazing and individual, and also the kind of critical essays that have been written about it is insane. I mean, there's feminist writers writing about the themes of the show and explorating. And I can read too. So, exploring the individuality of these women and all that kind of stuff, which was speaks really to my heart and was really exciting for me. And definitely the moment I was like, Jesus, this being,